Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. Today's live stream is the last for the month of June, which was basically mid-review year. So I was going over a few of the things that we need to be cognizant of in order to sort of reassess what we were doing so far for the year with regards to videos. So today I'm going to do a Q&A. So I opted to, instead of planning out an actual course of teaching you, I decided to go through my YouTube channel, look at some of the comments and pull a few of those questions that I did not get a chance to answer, and therefore do a live stream of those answers. So I think there's a total of 5 or 6 questions that we're going to review. And if you have any questions in reference to those, if you are on live, feel free to drop a comment or your question in the comments below, whether you're on LinkedIn or on YouTube. And if you are watching this on the replay, feel free to drop your questions in the comments and I will respond to them as quickly as I can. What I do want to always do is, if I have the ability to reply as a video, whether it's an asynchronous video or in one of my live streams, I would prefer to do that. So let me make sure that I have my sharing capabilities set up so that I can share my screen when the time comes. And I don't think I need any audio from my screen, so I'm not going to share the audio, but I'm going to definitely make sure that I am sharing my screen. So let me get rid of this follow me. I'll post that back up again in a second. But to start off, I want to show what one of the first questions were. So actually, let me remove this for the time being. So the first question is in reference to Loom. And I love Loom. For those of you who don't know, there are some tools that I have a particular affinity to and for, and Loom is one of them. So this question came in asking, is there a way I can embed this Loom? Basically, I guess it was a Loom video that she had with a freelancing site called GoLance. Apparently, it's requiring her to record her answers to her clients' questions, I guess, as opposed to typing them out. I wasn't aware of the change now. I used to just type my answers to the questions, but now I've been informed that I need to do a video essentially. So yes, you can share your, or you can post live stream videos on your, let me remove the question. And the way in which you would be able to share it, I'm just going to come down here to a random video. So let's say this was one of the videos that you wanted to share. All you would need to do is copy this link, and that link would then, if you went into a new, and you could put that link in an email, you could put it in a text message, you could literally put it wherever you wanted to place it. But the other thing I wanted to share with you is all of the different ways that you can share your videos from Loom if you are using Loom. And this is obviously if you have, I can't remember what you can do if you're using the free version of Loom, but Loom does have the capability of you adding in directly people's emails addresses, and you can share it that way. Obviously, if you have a workspace and you want to add team members, you can share it with your team members. Then you can also import it if you use Slack, or if you have a Google Workspace and you have team members there, you can import your team members from those two platforms. Under social, you can share it as a post on LinkedIn, Twitter, or X, and Facebook. And then obviously you can do the same in Gmail. And then if you ever need to embed it, so if, for example, you need to put it on your website, you do have that capability as well. So I just wanted to quickly walk you through those options as well. So that's the Loom question. Now there's a second Loom question. And this Loom question is in reference to, let's see, it says, hi, thanks for this. Just started using Loom. Is there a way to make the replies private? To me, I presume they mean, as I would like to use for interviewing applicants for my business, and I want them to reply using scenarios. I've been given them, but I don't want okay. So you don't want everyone to see the applicant or that person that you're directing it to's responses. The answer to that is yes as well. So let's go back to Loom. And the way in which you would do this is, let's say you are sending, the assumption with this is that you are sending one video that is articulating whatever it is that you are saying. Let's say you're asking a generic question where you want them to individually reply, because obviously every single person is going to have a different response to whatever your question is. So you don't, in the video that you record, you do not address that person. You simply say something generic like, thank you for applying for the position. The next step is I would like you to answer the following questions. I don't know what it is that you would be saying, but let's just say that that's the case. We're going to use this as another example. You've recorded the video already, or you've just finished recording it. The video is here. As you know, Loom automatically titles your videos, but you can always come up here and change it to whatever you want to change it to. And so whatever that title is, you have it in there. It doesn't really matter technically at this point, but you want to go over here to add variable. And then when you hover, you can see what that means. It will duplicate your video with a personalized title for each viewer. So let's say, for example, you have 10 applicants that you want to send this to. All you would need to do, if it's an individual, you're going to be inserting their name. This can also be used if, say, for example, you are a SaaS company, you have a software as a service company, and you want to send demos to multiple people. You can certainly do that as well. And then there are, any other number of ways that you can use it. So let's say that we are going to send this to individuals. All you would need to do at this point is insert all of those applicants' names followed by a comma. So you can do John, I think it was Emma, and let's say Rachel. Obviously, you would capitalize the first letter of their name. So let's just say it's only 3. But you can see here that you can add up to 50 entries at a time. So then you can see here that once you're finished adding in all of those names, and do remember to always separate them with a comma, it's going to allow you to create 3 individual videos. And so once you do that, it's going to create all of those videos for you. And I have an example of one that I wanted to show you. Here's one that I've done. So you can see that for each one of these, I have a different name. So I did it 8 different times. So I'm saying in the video, I'm not saying their name, but when they get the email or they get the link, it is going to be titled with their specific name. So hopefully that answers your question with regards to that. And I think I have a comment here. So, hi, Afron. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the comments below. So thank you so much. Very helpful. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that you're finding this helpful. I'm here every Wednesday. Each Wednesday tends to be based on a theme for the month. The theme for July is probably going to be hot trends. I don't know exactly week by week what I'm going to do. And then if I get enough Q&As or questions from people that have either emailed me directly or posted a comment on any of my videos, then I'll come in, I'll make one of those weeks a answer FAQ video. So that's what I'm doing today. So I think that's all of the Loom questions. And so I'm going to get rid of this. But if you have any questions, again, regarding that, please let me know. and I will be glad to answer that. So the next question was in regards to Bigview. So this was actually in response to a specific tutorial video. I don't remember which video it was that I had on Bigview, and they were asking in the example that I'd been doing for them, it showed I was recording myself using Bigview on my smartphone. And as I was recording myself, my background was mirrored. So instead of you being clearly able to see it now, it was backwards, the way that it would look if you put a mirror up to it. So they were asking whether my iPhone was, is the iPhone screen facing you? And the answer was yes. And if so, how can I take advantage of the iPhone? I guess they have 13 and camera options and cinematic, etc. And then also I shoot cooking videos a short distance from the iPhone. Will this be an issue? So the answer obviously was yes. I did have the camera facing me, or my phone was facing me. There's two ways that you can use Bigview. In the event you're not familiar with Bigview, it is my go-to tool in order to record my videos because it allows you to be able to record your video using a video teleprompter. So you don't need to purchase an external one that you can add on to your DSLR or to your web camera. It actually is built in to the app, so you can use your smartphone to record yourself and read your script at the same time. So when you are recording, I just wanted to, let me get rid of this question and I'll come back. I'll try to answer all of the different responses, but let me first show you that this is the screenshot of me filming on my video. And you can see based on the background that it's mirrored. And then when you actually record it, you see that it is clear. It's flipped automatically. So Bigview, and there are probably other platforms that allow you to do this, will automatically flip it for you. In some instances, you may need to check a box. I think Zoom automatically does it, and there are a number of other tools that I believe automatically do it. And if they don't automatically do it, you can just go in and flip a script. I can't even flip a check a box. I can't remember for Streamyard. Off the top of my head, I can't remember if I had to do that or not, but I want to think that when you come in, maybe in the settings, you might have to deal with that. So that answers that. With regards to the settings, I did not set myself up to be able to share my, let me remove this and then let me come here and see if I can really quickly, I can't at the moment. I did not set up my computer in order for me to show you this. But in the app within Bigview, your phone, obviously, if you have an iPhone, certainly 11 and above, and probably 10 and above, you have the ability to set your internal camera on your phone to up to 4K. Well, you can also do that in Bigview. And all you would need to do in Bigview is you would need to, again, I'm going to see, it's not going to allow me to do the mirroring. In Bigview, all you would need to do, and I'm going to try to show you as clearly as I can, is you would need to go to your profile. Ooh, that's a little unfocused. Maybe it takes a minute. But you would get to your profile by going to your icon over here on the bottom right, and you would click profile. In profile, you would see settings, and then you would go to settings, and under settings, you can set your camera for your front-facing camera, which is basically the way that you're facing your camera, as well as the rear. You can set what the quality of your camera would be. And I have mine set at 1080 for both. Again, the autofocus on this is a little slow, but it's set to 1080. If you want it to be at 4K, you have to make sure that you are on the paid version of Bigview, and it has to be either business or pro. I can't remember the name of the subscription, but it's not on the starter subscription. That will only allow you to record in 1080. And then from there, you can enable, again, I wish this was in focused, but right here, it shows that you can enable cinematic mode. So if you need to enable your cinematic mode, you do have the capability of doing that. And then it allows you to do some other things. But I think in a future video, I'm actually going to do a separate video on the settings so that you can set yourself up for success on Bigview. So let's go on to the next question, which is pertaining to streaming. So when it comes to streaming, it is up to you what platform you want to use. I have used a multiple types of streaming apps, and I think some of you may have been on here when I was testing, I believe for the month of May. I tested Riverside. I started off my live streams in January, February, and March, and April using Restream. Then in May, I tried Riverside, and now for June, I am using Streamyard. Streamyard and Restream are almost identical in terms of the way in which they're easy to use and the capabilities that they have. There is a slight difference in price with this one is Restream. Let me go to the monthly price. For Restream, the monthly standard is $19 per month if you pay for it month to month. And if it's annual, it goes down to $16 a month. For professional is $49. What's the difference? $19 per month is essentially 1080p, and $49 is 4K. Oh, let me get rid of my question. For StreamYard, the monthly is basic is 25. So instead of 19 on Restream, StreamYard is 25. It may give you some additional bells and whistles that Restream does not, but it is their basic platform. And then their professional is 49. So the pro on both is 49. And again, that allows you to do the 4K. Just answered my question. Okay, great. Just wanted to confirm that I got all those questions answered. So again, if you are on live, if you have any questions, feel free to post them. If you are seeing this on the replay, feel free to post them in the comments and I will respond to them afterwards. So the second part of that question was with regards to, let's pull that back up. It was, how do you set up a good interview process? So I'm just going to really quickly kind of review some points that you want to make sure that you do when it comes to, let's get rid of this, when it comes to a good interview process. Obviously, if you're on a live stream, you want to first and foremost choose the platform that you're going to use and select whether or not, if you're doing an interview, whether or not you want to set yourself up to have 2 cameras available throughout the entire live stream, or if you want to switch from the person that's speaking to a 2-shot to the person that's speaking again. That is totally up to you. And it varies if you have that kind of wherewithal to remember to switch back and forth. Sometimes it just makes sense. And I'll just do this as an example. Like if I knew that I'm always going to be sharing my screen, I could just leave it as this quote unquote 2-shot where you see me and you see the screen that I'm sharing, and then just go from tab to tab in reference to whatever it is that I wanted to share. So you can do it like that, or you can make your alterations live and in person, if you will. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. You always want to do a test run to make sure that there's no tech issues with regards to you being able to find everything that you need and being able to line up all of the information that you're going to be sharing. You definitely, if it's a live stream, you want to start your live stream on time, because if you have given people notification in advance, you don't want to have them sitting there waiting for you to start. And then always be mindful of your surroundings. Like, I didn't say this at the very beginning, but I did turn it down. Today is a little bit of a hot day in New York. I'm not in a room that has air conditioning, even though I think you would probably be able to hear it if it was on. But I did have a fan. I had it up on high. I've now since reduced it. I think that that is okay. So hopefully you're not hearing the fan in the background, but be cognizant of background noises and then any clutter that is in your background, as well as the person that you might be interviewing. You want to be you want to notice those types of things and clean those up before you go live, if you're doing a live interview or even if you're recording it. And then once you're finished, you want to definitely, as you finish your live stream, you want to wrap things up. You want to then make sure that you give them a call to action, tell them what it is that you want them to do. Then you want to make sure that you're able to share your recording, even if you've done it as a live stream, like I do my live streams. And then my live streams live on YouTube after I've gone live, but I also share it to my email list, and then also I repurpose clips. So you have to have a game plan in mind in terms of what you want to do when you are finished. So that is it for that question. The next question is in reference to this person wanted to know, how do they learn to create intros and outros for their YouTube videos? I used to use intros and outros. I do not use them anymore. And I don't use them primarily because it's kind of a waste of time. An outro may still be necessary, an intro not so much, because when you start your video, you really don't want to give your audience an excuse to look away and go somewhere else. So you want to ideally start your videos with a hook and get them interested and engaged in what you're going to be talking about next. And so you can grab their attention in any number of ways, asking a question, making some sort of a shocking fact, things of that nature. So I personally am not a fan of using intros. Intros and outros as well do help and can bring brand awareness to your company, and also at the end, obviously tell your audience what it is that you want them to do next. If you want to create them, you can go on to tools like Canva. If PicMonkey is still around, that's another one that a lot of people used to use. I'm sure that there's a bajillion more. Canva is my go-to tool, so that's the first one that I would think of in order to create them. If you are going to do some sort of an intro, and again, I don't use them, but the rule of thumb is to keep them as short as possible, probably around 3 seconds, no more than 5, but that to me is too long. I don't know what you could really conceivably do in 3 seconds. And then your outros, you want them to be anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds. And again, you're telling your audience what it is that you want to do next. If you're going to use any sort of music for any of these, whether it's an intro or an outro, please, please, please make sure that you have purchased or used royalty-free music, and you have it from a source where you have the authorization to use it. You do not want to get into any kind of copywriting issues whatsoever with whatever platform it is that you're on. YouTube definitely flags you, and in some instances could take your content down depending on what it is that you're using. And so let's go on to our last question. And this one was asking, I forgot what video it was. Oh, I think this particular video was just in reference to just, don't overthink it, get started creating videos. And so this person shared that they were planning to start creating, I guess, educational videos. What video making tools would I recommend? So my answer to this is based on what types of videos do you want to create? And so I'll categorize it in three categories. Typically, when I think of educational videos, my go-to type of video is a tutorial or a how-to video, in which case I'm doing sort of what I was doing here in this live stream, where I was sharing my screen and I was walking, and I'm typically walking my audience through a particular software or on a website, but I'm sort of moving my cursor around and showing and teaching and telling, if you will. My go-to tools for that are either Camtasia, that's my number one, and my backup is Loom. So you can use either of those two, primarily because they give you the tools that will allow you to have a focus on your cursor, because if you just share your screen and move your cursor around, it's really kind of hard to see it. Whereas these tools, and there are other tools besides Camtasia and Loom, those are just the two that I'm going to talk to you about right now. But it just gives you the capability of highlighting areas of your screen or your mouse so that it can easily be followed. If you are a teacher that prefers to do slides, my go-to tool is Beautiful.ai. Beautiful.ai is an AI-based slide creation tool that just makes the process the process of creating slides a lot easier. But if you are a PowerPoint person, by all means, use PowerPoint. Let me check a question. Oh, hi, Dan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad that you were able to get your answer. So if you are a PowerPoint person, then by all means, use PowerPoint. I have not used PowerPoint in a while, but I do plan on circling back on it because I know that they've added some really cool AI features within it. And I would like to actually fairly compare it to Beautiful.ai. And I know that Beautiful.ai allows you to merge the two as well. So I definitely plan on doing a future video or live stream. I don't know what I'm going to do in the future with that, but you could also use Canva slides. A lot of people are doing that, as well as Google Slides, if that is your preferred method of communicating. And then the last is if you are more just a talker. And a lot of thought leaders and speakers tend to do that, maybe with occasionally sharing their screens. And so again, my go-to tool that I mentioned earlier is Bigview. That is a tool that allows you to either write a script and follow that script, or you can use the tool and just record, off the top of your head, however you want to do it. I always recommend, if you don't have a script, that you at least have bullet points so that you have some kind of a map that you can follow in order to create your videos. And or if you're not using Bigview, and Bigview is for recorded videos, and it allows you to record using your webcam directly to your computer, or it's an app as well on your computer where you can put your script on the website, and then that can get transferred to your smart device and you can open it up on your app. But the other way is if you're doing what I'm doing. So you can teach through live streams. You just have to make up your mind what platform you want to use, Streamyard or Restream. I tried Riverside and did not like it. So that's just me personally, but I'm sure that there are a lot of other people that have used it and find Riverside fine, but that's just my personal preference. So that is it for the questions. Definitely, if you want to follow me for anything that I'm talking about and that I'm doing, you can follow me on Instagram, on LinkedIn, as well as on YouTube. My handle is virtually in sync, spelled the way that it is on the screen. And now I just want to share with you what I have coming up for the month of July. I mentioned earlier, I do have a slew of July live streams. I come live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I do not know specifically what each week is going to be doing, what I'm going to be talking about, but I do know the general theme is hot trends. So I'll be doing my due diligence and get some research on what's been trending, what's considered hot, moving forward with regards to video creation, video marketing, or on YouTube. And then also, let me put that up so that you can see that. And so you can catch my live streams on YouTube at LinkedIn. That is definitely going to be my handle where you can follow me. And then I have an upcoming event of many at SCORE. And this one is on Embrace YouTube Framework. It's going to be on July 9th. I believe it's at 10 a.m. And the link in order to register, you don't need to be a member of SCORE. You just need to register, and it does not matter where you are. I believe this is for SCORE Jacksonville. I don't remember what location this is, but you can go to bit.ly/July SCORE, capitalized J and the S in that, and you can register in order to see my presentation on Embrace YouTube Framework. I have literally a presentation every month until January on different topics for various SCORE locations. So this is the first one that's going to be coming up next month on July 9th. So if you're interested, definitely check me out there. Then if you are interested in using Restream or Streamyard, and I highly recommend both. I love using both. I cannot choose between them. But if you are interested, I am an affiliate for both. So you can learn more by going to either edieclark.com/Restream or edieclark.com/Streamyard. So whichever one makes sense for you. I would highly recommend that. And then in July, I also have and I forgot to put this on my banner, but I have a workshop/webinar that's coming up July 18th, and it is on Camtasia. And it is going to be with, if anybody is familiar with Matt Pierce, the wonderful Matt Pierce is going to be doing this jointly with me. And it's going to be called Level Up with Camtasia. And let's get rid of this one and this one. And that is, I hope you can see that, but it's bit.ly, bit.ly/level up with Camtasia. And it is for anyone that's interested in Camtasia. If you know by now, this month they released their 2024 edition that has some amazing capabilities and features within them. So I'm going to share what I love, the way that I love using Camtasia and how I use it. And then I'm going to turn it over to Matt, who's going to talk about all of the newest features that they've added, like captions. I think they're calling them dynamic captions. So definitely tune in for that. And that's happening. I don't have the date on there, but that's happening on July 18th. And I believe it's at 3 p.m. But let me confirm that. It might be earlier than that. It is nope, that's July. Of course, I don't have it. Wait, I'm going to tell you in 2 seconds when that is. Where's my live events? I don't have that in, oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong month. It's at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So On the 18th, which is a Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, is the Camtasia webinar workshop. And then on July 9th, I've got too many things going on. I got to tell you, I've got too many things going on. So let's show this one. So on July 9th, we have the Embrace YouTube framework. And then on the 18th, we have the Level Up with Camtasia workshop and webinar. So lots of things. If you are on my email list, you will get an email that has all of these events on there. Otherwise, if you follow me, you'll see little tidbits and announcements of when these are going to be happening. So thank you so much. I truly appreciate you being here and tuning in each and every week. And again, feel free to follow me on LinkedIn and on YouTube. If you have any questions, again, please feel free to post them in the comments. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, feel free to subscribe to my channel and connect with me on LinkedIn and follow me over there as well. I will see you next time. All right, take care.